Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to make another top 5 video for you guys on GT Online. And I was thinking of videos to do, and I did a bunch of videos regarding missions. And a lot of people had asked me to do a video on top 10 easiest missions in GT Online. I thought about that, but I thought that doing top 10 missions in GT Online wouldn't really be interesting because, like number 1 would be like the bag mission for like delivering, with MCs. So we all know what the really easy missions are in GT Online. Instead, what I decided to do was I decided to do top 5 easiest missions that are just really boring. So the top 5 most boring missions in GT Online. Now these missions, some of them pay really well, so I wouldn't consider them, worst, and they're definitely not hard. But on the other hand, they're just really boring. When you play through these missions a bunch of times, a lot of people, they consider them really boring. The first or second time might not be that boring, but then when you keep playing them and you play these missions a bunch of times, you really do consider them boring. And again, I want to say this is my opinion. What I consider boring, you might not consider boring, but I've been playing these missions several times. I've played each of these missions a bunch of times, except one. One of them I only played once, and I'll explain that a little later, but they're just all really boring, and I'll explain why. So here we go. Let's get started. So starting off at number 5, we have Checkout Time, Editor and Thief, and Out of Court Settlement. Now I decided to put 3 missions into this one, and they are all contact missions. They're all Martin missions, by the way. The reason I put these 3 into one is because these are pretty much the exact same mission. Even though they have different spawn locations, they have the exact same objective and the exact same ending. Now Checkout Time involves you killing a woman that Martin had an affair with, and you actually spawn just a few blocks away from her. You drive down the street, you can blow her up, then you just gotta take a picture of her body in the car, and you drive to Martin's house. You get a 1-star wanted level, you escape that, go to Martin's house, watch this cutscene. Editor and Thief involves you killing this journalist from Martin. You go and kill the journalist, or the editor in this case. You can't blow up the car. So in this case, you can't blow up the car. You shoot the guy out of the car. Look at how easy this is. Just pulling up at a red light, shoot him out of the car, take this briefcase, you get a 2-star wanted level, get right back to Martin's house, watch the exact same cutscene. Out of Court Settlement involves you killing a district attorney, and it's the exact same thing. You kill a guy, spawn a few blocks away from him. This one you can actually blow up though. So you blow him up, take a briefcase, and take it back to Martin's house, and watch the exact same cutscene. And to be fair, these missions are pretty old. They came out with the game, so when GT Online first launched, these 3 missions were with the game. And for a new player, these are great. Don't get me wrong. If you're a new player, you don't have many guns, these missions are a good way to make some money and level up. But for the player that's been playing GT Online for some time, you're a decent level, you have a lot of the guns already, you have a lot of the money, and you go back and start doing contact missions, and you see these contact missions come up in your feed, you think to yourself, I don't feel like playing this because I know exactly what's going to happen. You kill one target, lose the 2-star wanted level, get right back to Martin's house, watch the exact same cutscene. I'd much rather, do a mission where I'm getting shot at, I have to kill a bunch of targets around the map, some kind of more complex objectives. Because this mission, you can do it really quickly. And you get back to Martin's house, and the quicker you do a contact mission, the less money you get. So the longer you take, the more money you get. So you kill the one target, and then you just sit there for a few minutes so you get more money. Kind of boring in my opinion. At number 4, we have Jailbreak, and this is an MC contract, and this contract involves you stealing a prison bus full of prisoners and taking them to the drop-off point. It's really easy to hijack the prison bus because it's very slow, and even if you miss shooting out the driver, you can easily catch up to it or even hijack it at a red light. So you take the prison bus, and once you take the prison bus, you have to drive a huge long distance. This can be up to 5 to 6 miles, and the prison bus spawns in random locations. Sometimes it spawns south of Los Santos, other times it spawns all the way up in Paleto Bay, so it can spawn in different places. But regardless of the place it spawns in, you're going to have a huge long drive to make, and you get a wanted level when you take that prison bus. And the one level, you cannot get rid of it, so you can't call Lester. The only time you can get rid of the one level is when you make the drop-off. So when you get to the drop-off, that's when it will go away. This is one of the more challenging missions on this list, but it's still one of the easiest missions in GT Online. The only time I can see somebody failing this is if they drive into the water or if they get blown up by another player. But other than that, it's really, really hard to fail this mission. It can be a little annoying driving with the cops constantly smashing into you, but as long as you're good on snacks, you'll get there. What I find pretty boring about this mission is that huge long drive. The bus is very slow, and when you have to take it up the hills, this is a nightmare, taking the bus up the hills. It's so slow. You're gonna have a ton of cops smashing into you, and they can actually push you down the hill. So you'll eventually get there, but it takes really, really long, huge long drive. And when you do finally get there, you get around $20,000, sometimes like $21,000, $22,000. So all that effort, it's just not worth it. This is my least favorite MC contract, and it's the most boring MC contract in my opinion. When I see this come up on the board, I just really, really don't want to do this mission. Next at number 3, we have High Roland. And High Roland is a casino work. It's actually the newest mission that was added on this list. So out of all the missions on this list, this is the most recent one added to the game. And High Roland, you start this mission up by calling Miss Baker and requesting a random job. So you don't know what you are going to get. And to be fair to this mission, you do get a pretty good bonus in this mission, but on the other hand, it's so boring. It is really easy to complete this mission. I don't see how anyone could possibly fail this mission, but it's very boring. Now, what you do in this mission is you drive a limo. So you got to go to the casino and you got to drive a limo, and the target could be a good distance away. Like in this case, all the way up in Sandy Shore. Sometimes the targets will spawn south of Los Santos, which is the more easier location, but when you have to drive to Sandy Shores and then back, that's the more annoying location. And you gotta take this limo and drive all the way up there and just pick up the client and take him back. Sounds simple, right? The problem is that you get a big bonus in this level only if you complete specific objectives, and that is to drive safely. Now, this is reasonable, you know, not crashing into other cars. Okay, I understand that. That would make the client, you know, uncomfortable. But why are we supposed to be driving so slow? Because you can't go over 60 miles per hour. If you go over 60 miles per hour, the client gets freaked out on the highway. So on the highway, if you go over 60 miles per hour, the client gets freaked out and you lose the bonus. And most people want that bonus. So you're basically stuck driving this limo under 60 miles per hour. You're constantly tapping the gas over and over and over again, trying to get through, go faster, go as fast as possible. You can't go over 60 miles per hour, and it's just so annoying. And especially when you see NPC cars. NPC cars are actually going faster than you. They're actually getting past you and even cutting you off, but this guy that's in the back of your limo doesn't want you going over 60 miles per hour. Whenever I play this mission, I just really want to floor the gas and just get there as fast as possible, but I gotta drive so slow to make the client happy. It's a good paying mission, don't get me wrong, one of the better paying casino works, but it's just so boring, and it's so annoying making that drive, going so slow across the map like this. Moving on to number 2, we have Scope Out for the Fleeca Job. Now, I bet you guys knew this one would be on this list. And what I love about the new casino heist, what I love about it, is that you only have to do the scope out once. You have to do the vault contents, but actually, like, you know, taking pictures of the doors and the cameras, thankfully, you only gotta do that once, because if we had to do that every single time, oh man, that would be so boring. So we only gotta do vault contents for the casino heist. But for the Fleeca Job, we gotta do this setup each time. I wish we could just do the Karuma one, and that would just be it. I mean, for a new player that starts out the Fleeca Job their first time, they should have to do this mission, but this mission, it's so easy, and you would have to really not know what you're doing in order to fail this mission. I don't see how anybody could possibly fail scoping out for the Fleeca Job. But the reason this mission is so boring is because you gotta take Lester, depending on where your apartment is, you can be pretty far. Drive all the way out to Chumash. So you gotta take Lester's slow 4-door sedan here. Drive all the way out to Chumash. You can't take him in a 4-door custom vehicle. You gotta take Lester's sedan. Drive all the way up here to Chumash. Then when you're at Chumash, you gotta look at the security camera. And I've watched the security camera so many times. I've seen this cutscene so much. Then after that, you gotta drive all the way back to Lester's warehouse, which is a pretty good distance. You gotta make that a huge long drive. The other person in the vehicle is gonna be doing the hacking minigame, which I'm sure that person is probably sick of doing constantly. You don't have to do the hacking minigame, you can fail it, but it still pops up on that person's screen. You gotta drive all the way to Lester's warehouse, you gotta pick up Paige, and you gotta hear that exact same conversation each time, where she says, "Oh, I hear it's the cheapest professionals that money can buy." Oh man, if I hear Paige say that one more time, I'm gonna go crazy.
Well, we're not getting caught. These are professionals.
So I hear, the cheapest professionals money can buy.
And then you gotta drive all the way back to your apartment. You drive all the way to the apartment, you get into the apartment, and there's another cutscene that plays here. Thankfully, though, you can skip this cutscene. Oh man, if you couldn't skip this cutscene, that would have been really bad. But I personally consider this the most boring setup mission out of all the heists. Even though you don't fight any enemies, it's really easy. It's the easiest setup mission out of all the heists, but it's just so boring, making that huge long drive, listening to the exact same conversation each time. Just not a fun mission. I wish you only had to do it once. Thankfully, the casino heist improved on this. We don't have to do scoping out multiple times, only one time, and that's it. Before I unveil the number 1 most boring mission in GTA Online, I just wanted to make a few special mentions. These, they don't really need introductions. And number 1, the easiest and the most boring mission in my opinion in GTA Online is the Dixon mission for the nightclub.
Fuck. There you are. What kept you? Little problem.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, Dixon, my man. Hold on, wait there a sec. I was watching his stuff, and someone nicked it. I was in the car seat, freshening up the pipes. You know how it is. Spiritual quest sort of thing. Fucking hell, some little bugger robbed me. Oh my God, that's his bag there. You go get it back, I'll distract the talent. Dickie boy, have you ever considered getting Reiki? It's very spiritual.
What the fuck is Reiki?
Now, in this mission, you only have to do it once. And I don't think you can do it multiple times. I think you can only do it one time. I don't think you can do the DJ missions another time. But the reason that this mission goes on the list as number 1 is because this was a drip-fed mission. So when the nightclub DLC came out, we had DJs that were drip-fed. And the DJs that we had before this, you know, we had Solomon. We actually had a pretty epic mission where Solomon's jet was going down and we had to follow the jet and we had to save him, take him back to the nightclub. And the other mission also where we actually had to shoot the parts off of this truck and watch the vehicle actually drop. It was actually a pretty unique mission, and it was actually a lot of fun. The Dixon mission, however, was extremely boring. And waiting a week for this mission, we thought that we were going to get some kind of crazy, you know, epic mission involving Dixon. But instead, what happens here is we meet, you know, British Dave right outside this hotel. We meet Dixon. Then what happens is this guy just randomly steals Dixon's bag, gets on a motorcycle, and we gotta chase this one guy down the block, kill him, take the bag back, and then pick Dixon up and drive to the nightclub. That is it. We gotta chase this guy. They went through all that trouble to make this cutscene and this mission to just chase one guy down the street that takes his bag, kill him, take the bag, and then drive back to the nightclub. I'm not joking. This is the mission. This is one of the laziest designs I've ever seen for a mission. I was watching the cutscene. I thought there would be something more than just the bag chase. I thought there would be something extra in this. But just one bag, take him back to the nightclub. This, for me, is the most boring mission in GTA Online, and thankfully, we only had to do it once. You never gotta do it ever again. And I don't think you can do it again. But that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. Is there any other boring missions that I missed? Pretty easy missions, but boring ones? Let me know down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. And if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.